Not that we ever have lack of topics to discuss on Cricbuzz Comm Box, but sometimes we have topics that could maybe give us about 15 minutes. I promise you, we'll try and keep it to the couple of minutes that we normally have and then elaborate on it at the end. Of course, we're talking about the battle between Yuzvendra Chahal and his former franchise. Those are just numbers. Ignore them. 169 for 3 in 20 overs, 68 for 4 in 10 overs. The real story is about Chahal versus RCB. I mean, it's almost poetic justice and joined by Joy Bhattacharjya on Cricbuzz Comm Box. No matter what happened in this game, if Chahal finished 4 overs for 40, you'd be like, okay, fine, whatever. It was the way it went. But it was just getting Kohli run out, getting another wicket after that, making his presence felt, sending a message to RCB as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. Three out of the four wickets are his. I mean, two of them he's taken, and the third he effected this brilliant run out. Though you have to say Sanju Samson played a huge part. And what's happened is, in effect, Bangalore has thrown away a huge, great opening stand. Went 55 without loss before they started losing wickets. Not a single wicket in the power play. But look at what happened after that. In just 4.3 more overs, they've lost 4 more wickets, and things are looking very difficult for them now.
And it really started with a clever piece of bowling from Yuzvendra Chahal. It's not just elaborate on his kundas, if you like, with the opposition. Faf du Plessis was playing him beautifully. He was hitting inside-out shots. He was playing as he always plays. Bowled it slightly on the pads at a slightly leg stumpish line and made it uncomfortable for Faf to go over the top, and Trent Bolt did the rest.
That's exactly what he does so well, which is that, you see, there's sometimes they talk about spinners who spin the ball so much that they don't even get the edge. And Chahal is the one who's a master, former chess player. He says, okay, I'm moving in outside the off stump, you're going to hit it for 4, then move it slightly inwards, and then move it just to a place where if you're going to try and loft, you're going to hit long on. And, he could still get it wrong, but he bowled it beautifully. He took the chance as well, and that's a large part of it. And he's just bowled so beautifully today. And now he's got, Ashwin's got an over left. He's got overs left. I think this is going to be a very difficult chase from here on.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see Trent Bolt and Prasidh Krishna look as impactful. In fact, Faf du Plessis handled Trent Bolt. That international battle was beautiful. It went towards in the favor of the South African, but they bided their time. You could see Rajasthan waiting and waiting. They unleashed their weapons. And now in the second half, with maybe a renewed energy of Bolt and Prasidh Krishna to come back with the hope that the dew stays away. So far, it hasn't played a role. They really don't have the batting joy experience-wise. Certainly, they have names in there, but to take them home to a 170 type total. Remember the other day, it wasn't quite such a big total.
No, absolutely. It's chasing 128 odd. It's a much easier thing to do. Here, the situation is, it's very interesting. They played Shahbaz Ahmed before. They brought him in before Karthik. Obviously, they feel that Karthik is better served coming on the 14th, 15th over. So they'll be telling Shahbaz Ahmed, don't take the risks, pat it around, let Shafin Rutherford hit a few big shots. They want to get that game. See, at the moment, the rate is already 10. How far can they let it go? 12, 13, 14? At what point do they start trying to take unnecessary risks? Because they'll need to. Because bowlers like, what's going to happen is the bowlers like Ashwin and Chahal are not going to give you balls to hit. You have to take chances against them. Once they go, there's a bit of a chance, but by the time they leave, it's going to be 13, 14 odd overs, and then it's going to be more and more difficult.
Probably the one weak link that they'd have to look at is Navdeep Saini. I mean, just the kind of bowler he is. You've got the impact of Prasidh Krishna and Bolt to come back. You've got the two spinners strangling them. But if they look at those 3 Navdeep Saini overs, he's bowled a great over. I mean, 1 over 1 for 6. So while we are saying weak link, it's something they have to look to target. We've talked about Dinesh Karthik. Wanindu Hasaranga is an all-rounder. But when the chips are down, I think the test will be to see how much of an all-rounder he truly is.
Absolutely. I think this is a big test. And if Bangalore get through this, they'll get a lot of confidence from their order. At this point in time, again, this looks like a game which Rajasthan was always in the back foot, but somehow always managed to make a way back. Remember when they were batting slowly. They weren't getting enough runs. Then they had the final burst. Now, while bowling 55-run opening partnership, but they've made their way back. This is a Rajasthan team that isn't giving up very easily.
Yeah, we often talk about how many overs in a T20 game you can win. We're not going to do the maths right now, but I suspect by the time the game finishes, if we do the maths, Bangalore will have won many more overs than Rajasthan, but Rajasthan might just end up winning the game. If that's the case, we'll try and assess it at the end. For now, that's all we have on Cricbuzz Comm Box.